meets mind, we ponder, we dream.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Think Future. My name is Chris Kalabukas, and once again, we're coming at you live from somewhere in Greece. I was reading the other day on AIdaily.us, our sister publication, that people are starting to get worried that AI was going to start to do comedy. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what's wrong with AI doing comedy? I mean, if you think about AI, and I mentioned this before multiple times, is that AI is a giant database of things that human beings have already done, right? It's a these large language models are giant databases of things that humans have already done. And in these giant databases of things, of content that humans have already have created, there's a ton of comedy because, humans, and of course comedy was also invented in ancient Greece, where I am right now. Humans have made comedy, have created comedy for centuries as distractions, as things to forget about our horrible, what the world might be in that time. And I see a lot of that here. That's an interesting thing too. It's like when you come back into places like this and you see the past and you get to understand what the ancient world was like. The ancient world was terrible. It was full of wars. It was full of strife. It was full of famine. It was full of killing. It was awful. We live in the most amazing society ever, and we forget these things. This is reality, folks. Comedy was invented here. And comedy is in these AI databases that we've created. So large language models have tons of comedy in them. So why would it be such a surprise that the AI can actually take what we've already created as human comedy and turn it into something that works really well? Because if anything, it's really great at finding things between spaces, patterns that maybe we as human beings can't see all the time. So when the AI sees these patterns, when the AI figures out these patterns, then why can't it create just amazing comedy that we maybe never would have thought of? I think we really need to explore the AI comedy space because you never know what amazing things can come out of it. It will think of things that we haven't thought of because it comes at it with a completely different mindset. And it's kind of like what I say about Canadian comedians in the United States. Canadian comedians in the United States can look at the United States and they can make comments on the United States even though they're not part of the United States, or they weren't from the United States. They can make interesting commentary on the United States because they haven't lived in that environment. It's the same with AI. AI can probably create some amazingly interesting comedy because it's not human. The whole point of it, because it's not human, it can create this interesting comedy that we may never have been able to think of before. So that's the beauty of AI comedy. And I think we should be able to see some amazing comedy from AI. You wouldn't believe what we can get. But yeah, I want to see more AI comedy. I mean, humans, if you think about it, the humans are creating the AI comedy in the end. They're just creating the building blocks, the AI comedy, and then the AI is just putting it together. It's like we're giving it the Lego blocks, and it's putting together the comedy, and that comedy could be incredibly hilarious. You never know. So let's give it a try. Let's let AI do some comedic thing for us. Why not? What do we have to lose? It's just comedy, folks. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.
Pixels and philosophies merge and mold, a future untold, unseen.